Manufacturing growth also slowed in March. The National Statistics Office reported factory output by volume grew 11.1% in March compared with 12.8% in February. In 2010, factory output grew at a much faster pace of 25.7% year-on-year. Business Nightly sat down with Finance Secretary Cesar Purisima earlier today before he headed off to Thailand to accompany President Benigno Aquino. The government had said Aquino may present his public-private partnership plans to the Thai government and Thai businessmen, and delays in the PPP program is how we began our interview. In the first months of the administration, the government said it could bid out 10 or more public-private partnerships this year, some as early as the first quarter, others within the first half. There was even talk that it would add to GDP this year. That's not happening. Are the projects more complicated than you thought, or has there been a problem in terms of staff work?
First, we're still on track to bid out at least 10 projects. In fact, the first one is on stream already, and I was told that by July they'll probably be ready to announce the winner. Secondly, there was a shift, as you know, from the focus on unsolicited to solicited.
But we knew that coming in.
But there's a big difference, because with solicited, it is the government that will have to do the feasibility studies. In some cases, the studies have been done but needed to be updated. In others, they have not been started at all. No? And since we're doing several projects in one department, it has stretched the capacity of the departments in terms of processing these projects. And that's why
there was some underestimation of the amount of work to be done?
No, not underestimation. It is really a part of the required work to do our homework to make sure that we do a proper bid. You know, as you know, we look back at the experience of the Philippines in the past. We've had some successes and a lot of problems in PPP in the past. And the ones that were successful were the solicited ones. The ones that had major problems, including NAIA 3, including North Rail, were unsolicited ones. And therefore, we want to make sure that we follow the guidelines of the President, which is daang matuwid at walang kurap, walang mahirap. And we need to make sure that everything is done transparency, and that the sharing of the risk between the public sector and the private sector is equitable and done by respected third party.
So the target is still 10 projects
Yes.
within this year, all in the last 6 or 7 months of the year?
No, by the time the President will give his SONA, I think about 5 projects would be on stream already. That's based on our last
bid out with a winner.
Not yet on stream. By the end of the year, I think the 10 projects would have been started already. Most probably would have winners already.
So we're not going to have 10 winners at the end of the year?
Maybe not, but there's an outside chance that probably there will. No, in fact, we're already looking at the next 10 projects next year.
Let's shift from infrastructure to the financial markets. We've talked about this a lot. Real estate investment trusts. This is where it stands. You say the VAT has to be imposed upon it. The developers and the financial markets say that will make it unattractive to pursue here. They can find money elsewhere. They can do IPOs, public offerings, etc. But is it okay with you that we're going to lose out on this kind of a new market, real estate investment trust, this kind of instrument, if they hold to their position that they won't be attracted?
First, I'm a big believer in REITs. No? In fact, I think that's a very good way to recycle capital, but not the way we've designed it in the Philippines, which is really a backdoor to get tax exemption. If we're going to just allow people to sell, 30–40% of an entity and then sit on the balance, we're not really accomplishing anything new that can't be accomplished right now with an IPO.
So it would be okay with you if they say it's unattractive, we're not going to get into it, we lose out on this new market?
Well, it's not okay with me, the way it's presently structured. No, we're just giving up tax revenue if we allow this to happen. In fact, the law is silent on the VAT revenue.
Which is why I think they thought there was no VAT.
Well, that's not how Commissioner Henares interprets it.
Speaking about taxes, you've tried to raise revenue through enforcement rather than new or higher taxes. It doesn't seem like taxpayers or tax evaders have gotten scared yet. What's it going to take what's it going to take to scare them, you think?
I'm not sure I agree with you that they're not scared. I've heard so many people sending SMS to their favorite friends in government seeking help to resolve their tax issues. And we will continue to do this. This will be non-stop. We will make sure that the government collects its fair share of revenue. We believe that the opportunity to collect more is still there, and we have really only touched the tip of the iceberg here.
Given that belief, you're sticking to the no new taxes, no higher taxes.
We are focused on fiscal sustainability. We believe that this is going to be good for our country, as has been shown the first 10 months of the Aquino administration, that we'll be able to create more fiscal space for infrastructure investment, for social services, if we are focused on fiscal sustainability. And we believe that we will do anything that is required to make sure that this happens. And we believe the immediate opportunity is in improving tax efficiency. And we have the support of the different departments here, the Department of Justice, and the other agencies of government are cooperating, including the implementing agencies who are now requiring income tax return as a basis for determining financial capacity of potential project proponents.
The central bank has raised rates twice in a row, but yesterday said inflation looks like it's peaking. Would it be a mistake for the central bank to raise rates at its next meeting?
Well, Governor Tanco and his team has done a wonderful job the past 6 years. I believe that they're ahead of the curve in terms of managing inflationary expectations. The inflation driver the past few months has really been oil, and oil prices have started to taper off, and we're confident that it will remain that way the rest of the year.
So they shouldn't raise rates at the next meeting?
Well, they'll have to make the necessary call during the next meeting.